Hello, everyone. Again, my name is John Fitchett, owner, financial advisor of Sim Wealth. I'm excited about being able to be here today. I'm excited to be able to speak to you today. I'm going to be making a series of videos on investment planning. How can you make your investments potentially perform better? How you can potentially achieve your investment goals. So today's video is going to be on a particular topic, which is estimating your retirement income. Now, I am going to be making a series of videos at a later date, specifically on retirement income planning. What does retirement actually look like? But today's video is just going to be at a bare minimum, just at a basic level, estimating your retirement income. So, retirement income, what is it? What does it mean? I tell my clients the 10 years before you retire is the most important 10 years of your life. You can borrow for a home, you can borrow for a car, you can borrow for an education, but you can't borrow for retirement. So when you leave the office or your job site, whatever it is, when you leave your employer for the final time, you want that to be your final time, preferably in a perfect world. You don't want to have to go back to work. So I want to make sure that when you do retire, that you can retire with confidence and know that you can support yourself in retirement. I'll never forget the time. My mother and I, we had gone out to lunch one day, and my parents were very fortunate. They had a very good retirement. They had a nice single family home. They had nice cars. They were able to do the things that they wanted to do in retirement. And I would like every person to have that type of retirement. But, one day my mother and I, we went out to lunch one day. We were just talking, and my mother said, John, if your father and I had actually planned for retirement, we could have actually had more money in retirement. This situation right here, not planning for retirement, is something that happens all the time. In order to maximize your income and to maximize your nest egg in retirement, you actually have to plan for it. You can kind of go into retirement and wing it and might be able to not have to go back to work or not have to worry about income, but preferably in a perfect world, you want to be able to plan for retirement. So what you want to do right now is you want to plan how much income you're going to need in retirement. So to make this really simple, first of all, you're going to have to estimate what is your total household income. So we're going to make this very simple, very easy. Let's say your total household income, whether you're single, married, whatever it is, whatever your total household income is, let's say it's $100,000 that you're bringing in right now. At a bare minimum, you're going to need at least 60% of that income to fund your retirement. So if your household income right now is $60,000, you're going to, if your household income right now is $100,000, you're going to need at least $60,000 to fund your current lifestyle. You may need potentially a little bit more. You may need 70%, 80%, 100% of your retirement income. But at a bare minimum, you want to have at least 60%, preferably a little bit more, if you can do it. Now, when it comes to retirement planning, you're going to have to fund a complete lifestyle. Some people have a lifestyle that they're living right now, but they feel that when they retire, they would like to live at large. They want to be able to live in a mansion. They would like to be able to have multiple high-value vehicles. They want to be able to take 2-3 vacations every single year to nice exotic locations. You may need more than just 60% of your income to fund that lifestyle. This is where working with a financial professional like myself or someone else can help you to really estimate how much income you're going to need and what the total cost of your retirement is based on your lifestyle but at a very minimum, you want to bring in at least 60% of your current household income. So again, if your total household income is $100,000 right now, you're going to need at least 60% of that, which at a bare minimum is 60% or $60,000. Now, a couple things that you can do to help you figure out how much money you're going to need in retirement. You're going to have to, number one, project what your retirement expenses are. So things that you're going to need in retirement is, of course, food and clothing, housing, utilities, transportation, health care, insurance, taxes, debts, education, gifts, savings, caring for yourself, miscellaneous items such as personal grooming, paying for memberships. All of these things come into play when it comes to estimating what your retirement income is. So if you're able to estimate what your expenses are going to be in retirement, you can then estimate how much income you're going to need to pay those particular expenses. Another thing that you're going to have to do when it comes to planning for your retirement is you're going to have to estimate your life expectancy. Preferably in a perfect world, you want to be able to have at least 30 years in retirement. Some may be a little bit more, some may be a little bit less, but you want to be able to you want to be able to estimate your life expectancy. So if you want to estimate your life expectancy, it's very, very simple. You can do a Google search. Just type into Google life expectancy calculator, and then just put in your date of birth, and the calculator can determine what your life expectancy is going to be. Now, this is not 100% accurate, but with a lot of these calculators, what they're doing is they're working with insurance companies, because of course insurance companies, they have all of this data for decades and centuries talking about people's life expectancy. So based on your date of birth, based on your current age, there's a pretty good likelihood that whatever your life expectancy on that calculator is going to be, it's going to be relatively accurate based on the historical data that insurance companies feed these calculators talking about life expectancy. So you can use a life expectancy calculator to determine what your life expectancy is. So if you retire at 65 and the calculator says that you're going to live to age 85, you're going to need at least 20 years of income coming in to be able to fund your lifestyle. One other thing that you want to be able to do is you want to be able to identify your sources of retirement income. So are you going to be receiving a pension? Your 401k, your current 401k, but also any previous IRAs or previous 401ks that you have from previous employers. You want to put all those amounts together to determine how your sources of retirement income. So again, things such as Social Security, 401ks, IRAs, pensions. You want to use all of those sources of income to determine if the amount of income that you're going to receive is it more than what your expenses are. Worst case scenario, if you find that there's going to be a shortfall when it comes to estimating what your retirement income is going to be, things that you can do is that you can look at cutting expenses in retirement. That's one option that you can look at. Another option is you could potentially work part-time in retirement to help make up any retirement shortfall. You can also consider delaying your retirement. So if you're going to retire, let's say at 62, maybe look at retiring at maybe age 65, maybe looking at retiring at age 68. So potentially delaying your retirement, that gives you a little bit more time to save for retirement. So when you do retire, you can hopefully have enough money to retire on to maintain your current lifestyle. So this is just a very, very basic overview of estimating what your retirement income is going to be. This was not a hardcore, a detailed analysis of what your retirement income is going to be. This was just a very basic overview of what it means to generate retirement income. But if you would like to have something in your personal folder talking about estimating your retirement income. I do have a PDF here which says estimating your retirement income. Just send me an email. My contact information is going to be in the description box below. Just send me an email with your name, and just say in the email, can you please send me a PDF on estimating your retirement income needs? I can send you this PDF, maybe along with maybe 1 or 2 other pieces, and you can use this as a resource and a guide to determine how much income you're going to need in retirement. So everyone, I just really want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak to you today. If you have any other questions or concerns around retirement income planning, if you have any other questions or concerns just around personal finance in general, please feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is going to be below. I can have a conversation with you via phone, via online conferencing, whatever it is, and we can talk about your questions around retirement income planning or any other questions you have around personal finance, and hopefully I can be of a resource to you. So again, everyone, thank you very much, and I look forward to bringing another video to you shortly. Thank you.